Good day everyone, I am Christian Esmeralda and I will be discussing results, exile, and life in Dapitan. So first, what does exile mean? Exile is the state of being barred from one's native country, typically for political and punitive reasons. Now, let us know the beginning of deportation of Rizal in Dapitan. So it was Governor General Eulogio Despojol who publicly ordered the deportation of Rizal through a decree published in the Gazeta to the remote town in Zamboanga on July 7, 1892. Then, on July 14, 1892, it was Jose Rizal's schedule to leave Fort Santiago at 10 o'clock in the evening and board the ferryboat Cebu going to Dapitan at 1 o'clock in the morning. On July 17, 1892, the ferryboat has arrived and there he met Ricardo Carnicero, a Spanish commandant of Dapitan. He offered Rizal where to live between his house or in the Jesuit mission house, and Rizal chose to live in the house of Captain Carnicero. Rizal carried a letter from the superior of the Jesuit Society of the Philippines named Father Pablo Pastels. The letter was given to Father Antonio Obac, wherein in the letter Father Pastels said that Rizal could stay and live in the parish with the following conditions. Number 1, that Rizal publicly retract his errors concerning religion and make statements that were clearly pro-Spanish and against revolution. Number 2, that he perform the church rites and make a general confession of his past life. And number 3, that henceforth he conduct himself in an exemplary manner as a Spanish subject and a man of religion. But Rizal didn't agree with these conditions, and so he chose to stay and live in the house of Captain Carnicero, who then became his good friend. Rizal was given freedom to go anywhere, and at least once a week, Rizal is reporting to the captain. By that, Captain was delighted with Rizal's fine personality and quality as a person. And vice versa, Rizal admired Captain for his kindness and generosity. So, upon exiled in Dapitan, making him far away from his mother, who is in Hong Kong, there he wrote him a letter on July 25, 1892 with the text, on August 26, 1892, Rizal composed a poem for Captain Carnicero birthday entitled A Don Ricardo Carnicero. And on August 30, 1892, Captain Ricardo Carnicero informed Governor General Eulogio Despojol that Jose Rizal wanted reforms in the Philippines but doesn't want friars to be evicted. On September 21, 1892, Captain Carnicero submitted another report to Governor General about reforms, about freedom of religion and of freedom of the press. And on the same day, Rizal, together with Captain Carnicero and Francisco Equilor, won the second prize in Manila Lottery with a ticket number 9736 amounting 20,000 pesos. The 20,000 pesos was divided to the three of them. So they have 6,200 each, and Rizal used it to the following. Number 1, gave the amount of 2,000 to his father who was still in Hong Kong. And number 2, gave the amount of 200 to his friend Basa, who was based on Hong Kong. And number 3, the rest was he invested through purchasing a land in Talisay to build his 3 house, which is 1 square type of made of bamboo, another hexagonal type made of wood, and the last was octagonal shape made of nipa. So, results winning the Manila Lottery reveals an aspect of his lighter side. He never drank hard liquor and never smoked, but he was a lottery addict. So by that, on January 1893, Rizal told Carnicero to stay in his own house, which was completed on March, where it was able to cultivate different fruit-bearing trees. Next is the Casa Redonda Pequeña, wherein it is a hexagonal poultry of Rizal accommodating dozens of chickens. So now, let us talk about the happenings and achievements of Rizal during his exile in Dapitan. First, we have Rizal as a teacher. So Rizal established a school in Dapitan. From 3 pupils, it was increased to 16 and eventually 21. He didn't ask his students for payment, but instead asked them to help in his projects, farm and garden. He taught them Spanish, English, and mathematics. And his class started after lunch until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Second, we have Rizal as a physician. He practiced medicine in Dapitan and gave the people free medicines. On August 1893, her mother, her sister Trinidad, and his nephew Angelica arrived in Dapitan. They lived with him for almost 1.5 years. He operated successfully the eyes of his mother. He had many patients not only in Dapitan but from the neighboring towns as well. So as you can see, there is a two house, which is Casa Redonda and Casitas de Salud. So Casa Redonda, it is a replica of the octagonal clinic of Rizal. It is where he removed his mother's cataracts. And Casitas de Salud are replicas of the hospital houses of Rizal and composed of 2 little huts. Each is made for male and female that could accommodate 2 patients. And there was a time when a wealthy Englishman went to his clinic and removed his cataract, where he was paid 500 pesos. The money he received was used to put up lamps in their street. Number 3, Rizal as a scientist. Rizal found out that Mindanao is a rich virgin field for collecting specimens. Together with his students, they explored on jungles and coasts to seek for some specimens which will be sent to Europe, and in return, the European scientists will send them scientific equipment. So during his 4-year stay in Dapitan, he were able to build up a rich collection of oncology, which consists of 346 shells representing 203 species. He was able to discover rare species named after him. These were the flying dragon, or its scientific name Draco rizali, and small beetle, The scientific name is Apogonia rizali, and the toad scientific name is Rhacophorus rizali. And number 4, Rizal as a businessman. So Rizal engaged in the business industry in partnership with Ramon Carrion. They were made profitable business in fishing, copra, and hemp industries. Hemp industry was Rizal's most profitable business. And that's all for Rizal's exile and life in Dapitan from 1892 to 1896. After 4 years of exile in Dapitan, he was then brought to Fort Santiago. Thank you for listening. Again, I am Christian Esperalta from SS2B.